The kind of legislators whom, when he stood up to speak, the whole House somewhat would just go quiet and listen to his explanation, especially on constitution and constitutionalism and things that related to law. And he's a great guy with great respect and a mentor of many of us. Finally, Honorable Speaker, the demise of Honorable Malulu Injendi is in itself a memento mori. That actually sounds a warning to all of us who are in Parliament and those who are not in Parliament, that death is definite and it's coming for us. Because a few days ago, he was just seated there and all the time catching your eye to express his views on education and other matters. But there he's gone, a very calm legislator. Injendi was a legislator who knew how to get to the people minus the political parties. Though a member of the NC party, which have been the Secretary General, Injendi could have still made it on any political party. And no wonder, in your eulogy, you indicate him as having come on a party that was little known, even when he had been denied the...
Yeah, Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, let me also take this opportunity to condole with the families of our two colleagues, the Honorable William Cheptumo from the Senate of Baringo and the Honorable Injendi, the MP for Malava. I would like to pass my apologies on behalf of the people of Nyamira and on my own behalf. And Honorable Speaker, secondly, I would also like to pay special tribute to Mwalimu Johnson Zioka, because Honorable Speaker, Mwalimu Johnson Zioka actually taught me in Donholm Primary in class 5 for maths, and he was also the head teacher for our school before I left. He has been the head teacher there for more than 24 years, and I'd just like to send a special tribute to his family, to all the teachers of Kepshare and the community and families of Donholm Primary, because that is a community primary in Embakasi East, and so I pass my sincere condolences to all three. I thank you.
Waliobaki mchukue dakika moja moja. We have a few minutes to go. Bensuda, 1 minute only.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I would also like to pass my condolences to our honorable members who passed on. And this is a moment that we need to be prayerful because we know what the family is undergoing. Mr. Speaker, I would want to say that I sat in the Committee of Education for 3 days only with Honorable Malulu. He was always prompt and early enough for the meeting. His contribution was amazing. Honorable Speaker, I thank you and appreciate that you've set aside already a committee that will look into their befitting send-off. I want to pray that everything will be done accordingly and prudently so that during the time of the Requiem Mass, the parliamentarians should go there in solidarity. As women, we feel the large gap that their spouses are now undergoing. And as this parliament or this house, when we go to give the last respect, we should take and establish if there are students or their children who are still going on with their education. And so I stand that something should be done as a legacy for their contribution in these houses. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And on behalf of Homa Bay County, on behalf
MP Westlands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wish also to condole with the families of Honorable Cheptumo and Honorable Injendi. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Cheptumo, I served with him in the 11th Parliament, in the same committee of delegated legislation. He was my chair, and he was a very, very intelligent man, committed, and provided leadership. And we did a lot of work with him. Honorable Speaker, I also want to pass my condolences to the family of Honorable Malulu Injendi, a man that we came to this parliament at the same time. He served with him, we were serving with him in the current parliament, the same committee of broadcasting and library. And also we are members of the CAMC, the Catholic Members of Parliament caucus. And he is a very, very honorable man, and he has...
Time up, Ikana. You have only 1 minute, so...
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of my constituents, the great people of Shinyalu, and myself, I wish to extend my sincere condolences to the families of our departed colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I want to confirm that the tribute you read about the Honorable Malulu Injendi was accurate 100%. Honorable Malulu Injendi was very passionate about his people of Malava. He served them even when he was very sick in the hospital. And this can be confirmed by the fact that he was able to push for the tarmacking of the Malava Samithi Navakholo Road, even when he was very, very critically sick. Mr. Speaker, personally, I owe to a great deal and extent my election to this parliament to the support I received from Honorable Malulu Injendi. Having been my teammate in Kenya Kwanza, we did joint rallies, we campaigned together, and he guided me, enabling me to tap into his...
Dan Wanyama.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to condole with the families of our departed colleagues, but more importantly, with the Honorable Malulu Injendi. He's one person I've known since our childhood, because I went to school with him at St. Peter's, and at some point I was his class prefect in Form 5 and Form 6. And I know Honorable Malulu as a very truthful and a sincere person. I know the family will lose him, the people of Malava will lose him, but all the same, let his soul rest in peace. I thank you.
Thank you. Katana? Okay.
Asante Bwana Spika, nataka nijiunge na wenzangu kutoa rambirambi kwa niaba ya wakazi wa Kaloleni kwa Senator Cheptumo na Mheshimiwa Injendi. Bwana Spika, Mheshimiwa Injendi amekuwa akitetea sana mambo ya elimu. Na pia Injendi tumekuwa tukienda kanisa moja. Yeye ni Mkatoliki na mimi ni Mkatoliki, na kila siku ya Jumatano, Bwana Spika, tulikuwa tunaenda kanisani na Bwana Injendi. Tunaiombea roho yake iweze kulala mahali pema peponi. Asante.
Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and want to also join the rest of members who had already spoken to pass my condolences to the two great leaders and their families. And Honorable Speaker, it's true that both leaders are great leaders and committed servants of the people of this nation. And I was so privileged to also having interacted closely with both of them. Honorable Speaker, Injendi Malulu, as has been said by the rest of members, is a very committed leader, man of the people, and a down-to-earth leader. More importantly, Honorable Speaker, you had mentioned, rightfully mentioned, that this man was so passionate about the issue of the village elders, and he sponsored a bill that on national government administration bill that had intended to look into the welfare of the village elders, to have them recognized in law and being remunerated. And Honorable Speaker,
Bukose. Dakika moja tu.
Honorable Speaker, I worked with Honorable Cheptumo when I worked in Baringo as a doctor, and also when we joined Parliament here in 2013. He's a gentleman, and he's somebody whom you can be able to consult, and he will be able to give you advice. Honorable Speaker, about a month ago I met him and I looked at his health, which was actually not doing well. And I want to join the people of Baringo and the people of also Malava in mourning both Honorable Senator Cheptumo and Honorable Malulu Injendi, who in this house we joined together in 2013. And he's been somebody who has been a gentleman and a committed servant to his people and also to the house in general. May their souls rest in eternal peace.
Oundo. Katana, switch off your mic.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Nyola constituency, let me send my sincere condolences to our two departed colleagues. Honorable Speaker, I served the Honorable Injendi since I joined the other term. And Honorable Injendi visited my constituency sometimes in November after the demise of his fund accounts manager. And we shared a lot, and it was a shock to learn that he was unwell, and it was even more shocking to learn that he passed on. Honorable Speaker, on his bill about the village elders, Honorable Speaker, we were involved, and unfortunately was asked, and that's what Honorable Tongoy wanted to raise, he was asked to drop it, awaiting a comprehensive review. I hope in his honor, Honorable Tongoy, you will ensure that you conclude that process. And with those few remarks, I wish the family these hard times. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Emase.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also arise to pay tribute on my own behalf and on behalf of the great people of Teso South to the bereaved families of our two departed colleagues. Honorable Speaker, I'm privileged to have served with both Honorable Cheptumo and Honorable Injendi in the 11th Parliament and then this 13th Parliament. And it is so sad. It's a sad week for Parliament. Honorable Injendi, we sat on this same row and I'd consult him on issues of bills to do with education, motions, and he also consulted me on issues budget. But Honorable Speaker, the two gentlemen were very humble and dedicated to serving their constituents. And their contributions will be greatly missed by us, their families, and the country at large. At this point, Honorable Speaker, I just want to pray for the bereaved families, the widows, the children, including even the chair of KEPSHA, who just lost his life in a road accident on behalf of the teacher.
Mwea. Maingi, member from Mwea.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to condole with the people of Malava. I first met the late Honorable Injendi at Catholic University when he was a registrar and where I studied for my MBA. Mr. Honorable Injendi was a kind-hearted member. He was compassionate, he was caring, he was selfless, he was respected, and he was so uplifting. I was surprised again when I joined this parliament to meet the Honorable Injendi Malulu Injendi.
Yes.
And he was also pleasantly surprised. He was a member of our Catholic Members Association, and he was a diligent member, very dedicated person. He was one.
Thank you, Ngeleche.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. On behalf of the people of Elgeyo Marakwet and myself, I wish also to convey my condolence to the departed members. Honorable Injendi was a person known to me, and where we interacted and bonded with Injendi is because we are members of KAMSI. And I can say the Catholic members of Parliament have lost a very dedicated member. Honorable Cheptumo, nonetheless, was a ranking member and he was an advisor, especially from our community whereby most of the members of Parliament are young. We always could go to Cheptumo for advice, and he could always give us direction and give us advices. I pray that may their souls rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Africa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of Roysambu people from Nairobi County, Mr. Speaker, allow me also to convey my heartfelt condolences to the two bereaved families, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we heard about the sickness of Malulu Injendi when you gave his apology at the Naivasha retreat. May their soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, we're coming to an end. I'll give, wow. We want to go to something else. Nyakundi, let's see how many are still interested.